Right so came one of the king's horse, and when the knight saw the horse, he prayed the king to give him the horse, where I followed this precious smoke one, and he I shall chief or believe it the best of blood in my body. Eleanor that time king followed by questioning beast, and after his death, Sir Palamedes followed. Chapter 20. How King Pellinore took Arthur's horse and followed the questing beast, and how Merlin met with Arthur. Sir knight, said the king, leave that quest and suffer me to have it, and I will follow it another 12 months. Ah, fool, said the knight unto Arthur, it is in vain thy desire, for it shall never be achieved, but by me or my next kin. Therewith he stalked unto the king's horse, mounted into the saddle, and said, Gramercy, this horse is my own. Well, said the king, thou mayest take my horse by force, but I might prove thee whether thou bear better on horseback or I. Well, said the knight, seek me here when thou wilt, and here nigh this well thou shalt find me. And so passed on his way. Then the king sat in a sturdy, and bade his men fetch his horse as fast as ever they might. Right so came by him Merlin, like a child of 14 years of age, and saluted him the king, and asked him why he was so pensive. I may well be pensive, said the king, for I have seen the marvellous sight that I ever saw. That know I well, said Merlin, as well as thyself in all thy thoughts. But thou art a better fool to take thought, for it will not amend thee. Also I know that thou art, and who was thy father, and of whom thou were begotten. King Uther Pendragon was thy father, and began to be on Ibring, and that is false, said King Arthur. How shouldest thou know it? For thou art not so old of years to know my father. Yes, said Merlin, I know it better than ye or any living. I will not believe thee, said Arthur, and was wroth with the child. So departed Merlin, and came upon the likeness of an old man of 40 years of age, whereof the king was right glad, for he seemed to be right wise. Then said the old man, why are ye so sad? I may well be heavy, said Arthur, for many things. Also here was a child, and told me many things that meseemeth he should not know, for he was not of age to know my father. Yes, said the old man, the child had told you truth, and more would have told you as ye would have suffered him. But ye have done a thing late, and God is displeased with you. For ye have lain by your sister, and on her ye have gotten a child, and shall destroy you all that to your realm. Well, ye, said Arthur, that tell me these tidings, I am Merlin, and I was he in the child's likeness. Ah, said King Arthur, ye are a marvellous man, but I marvel much of thy words, that I must die in battle. Marvel not, said Merlin, for it is God's will your body to be punished for your foul deeds. But I may well be sorry, said Merlin, for I shall die shameful death. Could be put to the earth quick, and ye shall die a worshipful death. And as they talked this, came one with the king's horse, and so the king mounted on his horse, and Merlin on another, and so rode unto Carwilion, and anon the king asked Ector and Orpheus how he was begotten, and they told him Uther Pendragon was his father, and Queen Igraine his mother. Then he said to Merlin, I will that my mother be sent for that I may speak with her, and if she say so herself, then will I believe it. Then all haste, the queen was sent for, and if she say to herself, then I will believe it. Then all haste. The queen was sent for, and she came brought with her Morgan Le Fay, her daughter. That was a fair lady, as any might be, and the king welcomed Igraine in the best manner. Chapter 21. How Orpheus impeached Queen Igraine, Arthur's mother, of treason, and how a knight came desired to have the death of his master revenged. Right so came Orpheus and said openly to the king and all might hear that were feasted that day, ye are the falsest lady of the world, and the most traitress unto the king's person. Beware, said Arthur, what thou sayest, thou speakest a great word. I am well aware, said Orpheus, that I speak, and here is my glove to prove it upon any man, and will say the great war. For and she would have uttered it in the life of King Uther Pendragon, of the birth of you, and how you were begotten, ye had never had the mortal wars that ye have had, for the most part of your barons of your realm knew never whose son ye were, nor of whom you were begotten. And she that bare you of her body should have made it known openly in excusing of her worship and yours, and likewise all the realm. Wherefore I prove her false to God, and to you and to all your realm. And who will say the contrary, I will prove it on his body. Then spake Igraine, said, I am a woman, and I may not fight, but rather than I should be dishonored. There would some good man take my quarrel more, she said. Merlin knoweth well, and you, sir, Orpheus, how King Uther came to me in the castle of India, and likeness of my lord, and she that was dead 3 hours before, and thereby begat a child that night upon me, and after the 13th day King Uther wedded me, and by his commandment, when the child was born, it was delivered unto Merlin and nourished by him, and so I saw the child never after, nor wot not what is his name, for I knew his name never yet. And there Orpheus said to the queen, Merlin is more to blame than ye. Well, I wot, said the queen, I bear a child by my lord King Uther, but I wot not where he is become. Then Merlin took the king by the hand, saying, This is your mother, and therewith Sir Ector bare witness how he nourished him by Uther's commandment. And therewith King Arthur took his mother Queen Igraine in his arms and kissed her, and either wept on other. And then the king let make a feast that lasted 8 days. Then on a day there came a court esquire on horseback, leading a knight before him, wounded to the death, and told him how there was a knight in the forest, and had reared up a pavilion by a well, and hath slain my master, a good knight, his name was Miles. Wherefore I beseech you that my master may be buried, and that some knights may revenge my master's death. There the noise was raised of the knight's death in the court, and every man said his advice. Then came Griflet, that was a squire, and was but young of the age of King Arthur, so he besought the king for a service that he had done him to give the order of knighthood. Chapter 22. How Griflet was made knight and doubtful of a knight. Thou art full young and tender of age, said Arthur, for to take so high an order on thee. Sir, said Griflet, I beseech you, make me knight. Sir, said Merlin, it were great pity to lose Griflet, for he will be a passing good man when he is off age, abiding of you the term of his life. And if he adventure his body with yonder knight at the fountain, it is in great peril if ever he come again, for he is of one of the best knights of the world and strongest man of arms. Well, said Arthur, so hath the desire of Griflet, the king made him knight. Now, said Arthur unto Sir Griflet, sith I hath made you knight, thou must give me a gift. What you will, said Griflet, thou shalt promise me by the faith of thy body, when thou hast jousted with the knight at the fountain, whether it fall ye be on the foot, on the horseback that night, so ye shall come again unto me without making any more debate. I will promise you, said Griflet, as you desire. Then said Griflet his horse in great haste, and dressed a shield, and took a spear in his hand, and so he rode a great wallop till he came to the fountain. And thereby he saw a rich pavilion, and thereby under a cloth stood a fair horse, well saddled and girdled, and on a tree of a shield of divers colours, and a great spear. Then Griflet smote on the shield with the butt of the spear, that the shield fell down to the ground with a